questions to ask, right? I campaign with the confidence rising. I told WDF don't switch, good times are coming on even deep diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch along, still the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South, they flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Yo, good afternoon, everyone. We're here for the Southampton match reaction. As we do, we like to always kind of give it the next day in case we want to rewatch the game and, you know, get a better analytical view to it and stuff. But listen, that is free on the bounce. 9 points clear of the relegation zone, 3 points behind Chelsea in 11th. We're still 12th. They might have, listen, we've got a mortgage on that spot, boy. 100%. JC, how's it going?
I'm recovering after yesterday still because I think I had a few too many beers, a few too many everything, to be fair. But what a day. What a great day. I was proper scrambling for some tickets and I'm very happy. The ticket I got was right in amongst it with a HF. That was good. And then we didn't play so good on the first half, so I thought I pick a new seat next to Joe Whitworth. That was cool. I didn't even notice. Just went next to the old man. He was just sitting like 3 or 4 people to my right. I was thinking, oh, this is fun. But yeah, I think I got more sun in Southampton than I did in the whole time in Greece. I can't lie to you. But what a day. What an experience. And the crowd and the day out was the reason you went out.
That is the thing, like, and I sat there. Obviously, I've come back from football and stuff, watched the second half, then I've seen all the Twitter uploads. And I've sat there looking at my phone like, I need to get to more away days. You know, it was rocking. And that Eze chant is, I know there's a Sam Johnson one, but I don't know it too well just yet. But that Eze chant, if we get that in at Sellers Park, yeah, with the scarves on Saturday.
I think the Sam Johnstone one is cold. I really like it. And the Hodgson one as well. I think that I tried to put a little snippet in the group chat. I really enjoyed that one as well.
Yeah, that was a funny one.
I think Eze's one originally, when I first heard it, I was like, nah, this is just a Will Grigg ripoff, man. I don't like it. But then he scored, and you're thinking, okay, why not? And he scored again, you're thinking, oh man, this is sick.
Oh man, that was again.
The whole stand was bouncing.
Yeah, it looked it.
Yeah, all good. I've been ill over the weekend, so the game yesterday did cheer me up a lot. I've been on the remedies. It looks like dishwater, but trust me, it is legit. But yeah, it definitely cheered me up yesterday. I watched the vlog this morning, and yeah, it looked absolutely quality. Not gonna lie, it looked so good.
Honestly, and you know what? Fair play. There's been some Southampton fans that have like tweeted out like, "No, that's the best set of fans we've had at the stadium."
Yeah,
you know, yeah, that's my aim for next season, man. And I know the parish points ain't up there yet, but I'm gonna have to find a way. I'm gonna have to find a way. But yeah, honestly, we're here for the match reaction. First, let's address a few comments. I don't know how long this one will be, so the call-in will start a lot sooner than we, because there's only really the second half to analyze, to be fair. Good victory yesterday, on the road now. Could we go unbeaten to the end of the season? It's a good question. There's a possibility. Big up Louis. Big up to the chairman. What a great day out yesterday. And to be fair, JC, after your violation, like, you survived the day out yesterday as well.
Well, put it this way, I think I survived because my bank account's hurting for the amount of beers I bought for everyone.
Fair dues. Them Johnston and Eze charts are cold. They really are. Away game is pending. Actually need to attend one. Honestly, yeah. I mean, I've done 2 this season. I'm not going to count the Oxford one. But yeah, I just one draw. I need one when we're winning though, man. It's one draw, one defeat. Like it's not good.
Well, the ratios show that you'll win your next one.
Hopefully so. Which I'm hoping will be Spurs actually.
Are you going to Spurs?
I want to.
Okay, well, I'll put it this way. I've seen us lose 4-0 twice
Yeah,
at the Spurs stadium. I haven't even seen us score a goal at that new stadium.
Spurs isn't a happy underground, is it?
Nah, it's not.
Cool. Well, hopefully I could be the good luck charm there if I'm able to get one. I get a ticket. Big up, Dave. Welcome. It says oi oi, and then my before head brown. That sounds a bit cryptic. We're gonna have to work that one out still. Seems like Forest are behind. Big up, Kevin, all the way from New Zealand. Says who cares about Man United? I mean, to be fair, he's another team beneath us, so I don't mind it. Big up, Colin. Up the Palace. Chairman says even a tray on the way home was a laugh. And these are the things that it's the little things, you know, especially when it's a good day out and stuff. Definitely looking forward to that next season. Big up Tristan. Tristan's vlog as well. You know what? Tristan, I don't know if he films everything, but he normally catches the goals, like, and it's absolutely like it's just quality to watch back and stuff. So big up Tristan.
You know what's funny about that? We uploaded our vlog and I was like, yes. And then I looked, I was like, Tristan's one's out, but we titled it the same thing. I was like, oh well. That's what it is.
Big up to Tristan. Make sure you go and check out Tristan if you haven't done so already at all. Big up. Let's hope Man United win today. 100%. Was like a home game. It did feel like that as well with the fans. So the strikers approached us in discussion. We say EZE'S staying and Gay could leave, not definite. Oh. Yeah, but I did say I wasn't counting Oxford though. I did say we wasn't counting Oxford. Right. First off, we were poor. So let's go right into the second half. And what more can we say about
we were poor? I think I'll talk about the first half a little bit. We were poor to an extent. I think that we were poor because we didn't actually have to play that well to win. Because I think in that whole match, genuinely, I don't think we left first gear. We were just cruising. We knew what was going to happen. They were going to come at us in the first half. And if we weathered the storm, and to be fair, that's exactly what we did. Just made it so that Sulemana, Aribo, Walcott, we minimized their chances, but we made it so that if they had to shoot, it was from impossible angles. But I think Walcott's chance definitely sticks out to me because if he passed it to Aribo, who had miles of space in the box, that's a different story. And I think Wardy struggled with Sulemana a hell of a lot. But I think that's why we saw Schlupp defending a lot more in this game. But
also when you look at Aribo's chance as well from the corner, that was a really well worked set piece.
Yeah, it was a really well worked chance, but if you watch it back, Schlupp and Eze are both in front of the ball. So Schlupp's lying down in front of it and Eze's standing up. So even though it went past Eze, if he hit it on target or low, it would have hit Schlupp and rebounded somewhere else. So I'm not saying that, that he would have scored, but I'm saying that we covered it as well as we could. Obviously, we switched off for the actual chance, but we covered as well as we could. But I think that the main thing was that we didn't give them. They won the midfield in the first half, 100%. But I think we gave them the possession in their own half. We done what Roy always does. We give them possession because they just overplayed the ball. They had a lot of possession, but didn't do an awful lot with it. Lavia is an absolute tank. I'm telling you that now. He was running that midfield. If he wasn't in their team, we would have won that for 4-0, 5-0. He ran that midfield on his own, and because of how we played, we just stopped at the halfway line, let them do their thing. We kept Ward-Prowse so deep that he couldn't do anything. I think that the agenda is currently running for him that if he's not got a set piece, he's whack. And we didn't give him a single set piece in that whole game. I think we only gave away 3 free kicks in our half, and none of them were within 40 yards of our goal during both halves of the game. So I think that just shows the management and the, I guess, the tactic that Roy done, because we played a much higher line than we normally do. And I'm pretty sure that the first half was just us trying it out, getting used to it. And you definitely saw it, that if they look like they're on the break, take them out early. Anderson took someone out on the halfway line, even though you had everyone behind us. He picked up a yellow for it, but you can see why he done it, because if they get a set piece a bit further up the pitch, then it's a danger area. But we kept the ball as far away from the goal as possible, so Ward-Prowse couldn't be a danger to us, and I think we executed that game plan perfectly.
Yeah, I think that's pretty spot on. I think that's the thing with Southampton. Like, yeah, to us, this applies to both halves, but I think Southampton's quality just isn't there.
Yeah, I think they're very similar to Leicester, but to a much less extent. So you know how we said that they get bailed out because they have individuals that can get them out of it. Southampton also have the individuals, but they don't have it to the level that Leicester has. Like, you can see that Lavia is incredible. You can see that Sulemana is incredible, but he's not as good as Maddison. Like, it's sort of like they've got really good individuals, but they're not so good like a Maddison or a Vardy or a, I don't know, Dewsbury Hall or someone like that to get them out of it. So I think that's probably why they are where they are right now.
Yeah, I mean, we came out in the second half a lot brighter. It was almost kind of like a carbon copy of the Leeds away performance, you know, where I don't know if we've just become second half FC, because that seems to be our thing anyway, or if Roy's playing chess, like he's kind of just figuring out the opposition in the first half, and then bang, second half we turn up the screw. I mean, it's risky if that is his game plan, because we'll find ourselves 2-0 down one time and they'll be like, oh gosh, like, how are we going to figure this out? But Eze, what more can we say about it? Like, he's now top scorer. You know, he's in an unbelievable vein of form. As we said earlier, the chance phenomenal. Dan, second half, what did we do differently to allow like the likes of Eze and Elise to get that more freedom and more space?
It's a good question. I mean, I agree with JC. I don't think we really got out of first, second gear in the whole game, because we didn't really need to. For me, I think it's just a lot of it was a case of we just passed the ball better, we passed it quicker, we committed more players forward. That was just the kind of thing that I think we did really. And I think that is something that Roy does, about whether you're saying he figures teams out or not. I remember from his last tenure, I remember his first halves were never that good, at least towards the end of his tenure anyway. So I wonder if that is a Roy thing. Like, I wonder if he makes the game so tight in the second half that it then forces the opponent to become more attacking. Because at the end of the day, that works in our favour, because Southampton needed to attack yesterday. Like, anything less than a win for them wouldn't have been good enough. So I'm wondering whether Roy maybe kind of thought that, and then in the second half, if Southampton are committing more players forward, then it does leave more space for our players.
Yeah, and I mean, just going back to Eze, like his ability to just turn on the sixpence, like no matter, like I don't know how many times he drops his shoulders and like no one can get near him, you know. And like you said, he's just having fun. I mean, we'll talk about the 2 goals in a minute, but I just want to take it to like, was it literally the 93rd minute? And he's kind of like flip-flopped.
That was rude.
Around, I don't know, was it Maitland-Niles or was he off at the time? But
no, it was Maitland-Niles. Oh no,
it was mad.
Or was it Walker? I think it was Walker Peters actually.
Okay,
it wasn't a flip flap, but it was rude. Basically, he stops on a dime. I think he goes this way. He flips the ball over the foot that he tried to tackle him with, and he the ball sort of went over it, like round his over his knee, and then he sort of reached his leg around him and touched it in front of him and ran around him. You're thinking, that's just rude.
It's crazy, and
Because everyone was like,
just having fun.
And then even bloody Joe Whitworth was sitting there going, I can't do this, but he was sitting there going, yeah, I can't do it.
You know, and you know what it is like with South London as well. Like we're kind of like known of like the cage football and kind of like a freestyle. Like if Ronaldinho weren't Ronaldinho and how great he was as a player, FIFA Street would be based on South London, you know. But
yeah,
it's just the freedom of expression and the skill and it's so good. Like I mean, Elise, I wouldn't say that was his greatest game, but he was still causing problems. You know, I think someone described him as languid.
Yeah, there were some points of his game where you thought, you know, if he had a bit more pace, he probably would be a slightly better player. But the thing is, he doesn't thrive off running away from people. He thrives off taking the mick out of people, running past them instead of running away from them. And all I can say is I can't wait for Zaha to come back. Because with those two playing like how they are, if Zaha can even get to 80% of what he can do, boy, that's a hell of a midfield.
We're gonna talk about that right just quickly on his 2 goals. Then we'll talk about it because when Zaha comes back, and this was thrown out, this question was thrown to me yesterday back at the nest yesterday and stuff about whether Zaha should come straight back into the side, but we'll get into that in a minute. Eze's first goal. So he's picked up the ball from Elise. It's cross field ball. Sean, yeah, we're gonna drop the link in a bit. Like literally, we ain't got much more to say, to be fair, and stuff. We'll definitely drop the link in a second. Cross field ball over to Ayew. I tell you what, Ayew's becoming a lot more effective as well under RHEA.
He's running at people. He's not just passing.
Definitely. I thought had Eze not gotten 2 goals yesterday, he was my very close man of the match for me. Ayew.
No, he was the best player on the pitch. He was incredible.
You know, and he's beaten Maitland-Niles. A decent cross, I'd say. Like if we had an attacker running across the front post, you say that's a good cross. But Basuna, he's had a mare there. You know, he's literally parried it into the middle of the goal. You know,
could he have caught that? Because the more I watch it, it don't look like I really crossed it that fast, or it wasn't even that far out of the way either.
It wasn't. He should have either caught it, or he's got to punch it.
Yeah, I think the fact he's made contact anyway, you know, I think he could have hit that a lot further.
You know, and obviously, as he's just said, thank you very much. It's attacking. You know, and it was obviously around this time last season where he scored his first goal coming back from injury against Southampton and such.
I think something that I'd like to point out with that goal was that Elise was out wide, struggling. He had two guys on him. Eze made himself free. And bear in mind, they're still, 30 yards away from goal, 35 yards away from goal. Eze switches it to Ayew. Ayew crosses it, and Eze's the one that busted a gut to get into the box. That's why he was so unmarked, because no one tracked him. Whereas maybe under Vieira, he probably would have stood there and admired the pass.
From the bench.
Well, yeah.
But okay.
It would have been Elise trying to do it with his right foot, because he's just attacking midfield.
Well, I'll put it this way. I've seen this clip from ages ago when he was still at QPR, and he absolutely pinged a ball, and obviously striker didn't convert it. But after he pinged the ball, he just stood there and watched. But now you're seeing that he's doing that. He's saying, "Look, I can get in here, I can score," and that just shows that he's run from them far away into the box, free space, unmarked, no one tracked him, and if we can do this, keep committing people forwards, we're going to score goals, and we've been doing it lately, and we've been scoring.
No, absolutely.
Like
His
3
second
games,
goal,
9
by the
goals.
way, it's mad. His second goal, by the way,
Oh mate.
he sent
Swiveled on
Ginappo. He sent
I'm
Ginappo
not
to the
going to
shops.
pause. I'm not going to pause. He swiveled on it completely.
He literally sent Ginappo to the shops, you know.
Wow.
And then the quality of the strike, unbelievable. 20, 25 yards out, hit it pure, bottom corner. Like, just, I did, you know what I've noticed with Eze, his celebrations are mad cheeky, you know. They're mad cheeky. First it's there, and then the other was just like, you know, because you know what, he knows he's it. He knows he's the guy right now. Like, and
It's class.
it's just unbelievable. You know, it's a. I guess. Listen, we're all happy for him, man.
Yeah.
You know, especially after what he's had to deal with. You know,
Yeah,
and
the-
funny
the
we were
thing
saying that, like, we were. Sorry, JC. We were obviously at the beginning of the season. It was an Eze Gallagher debate. Yeah, listen, Eze he's unbelievable. So sorry, JC, you were say.
I was just saying that the thing that I noticed about the goal was that as he wriggled away from the players, Elise was free and he was cussing because he didn't get any because as they didn't pass the ball. But when he saw the goal went in, because I was sort of right there in like the corner flag sort of area.
Yeah.
After the goal went in, because he went and dapped up Elise straight away, and then you could see from what Elise from his lips, you could say, "Probably should have passed to me." But it's good to see that they're all hungry for more, and we should have scored another one with Ayu's chance.
Ayu's chance, yeah, and then Elise hit the outside of the
hit the
box.
woodwork with a great free kick.
You know, we did ride a lot though, a little bit. I mean, was Alvarez.
Oh,
what a strike that
yeah,
was, by the way.
I don't know, you know. I think it was more of a hit and hope, you know, because they weren't. To me, it looked like a cross. It didn't look like a shot at all.
Oh no, it was definitely a shot.
But watching it from where I was.
Okay, gotcha.
Because he looked up and he like it was one of the ones where he looks like he crossed it instead of shot. So we're all thinking, it's going to be headed away. It comes off the woodwork. We're all like, oh no. But we rode our luck, but we need luck, and we've been needing our fair share of it because we ain't got none of it this whole season.
100%. All right, just quickly, as in a yes/no answer sort of thing. If Wolf comes back, would you have him start straight away, Dan?
No.
JC?
Yes.
I'm no as well, by the way. 2 reasons. 1, the team's playing well at the moment. I've got to give it to them. 2, he's just a bit too prone to muscular injuries at the moment. So let him have his like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, stuff like that. Just build his way back into it. You know, so yeah. We'll get a few more comments in. I'm going to drop the link in now. If you want to come in, share your thoughts on the game yesterday, share your thoughts on Roy Hodgson and Palace. If you want to cuss Sam Matterface, you're more than welcome to come and do that as well, since he wants to make comments. Boy, these talk sport people, man. Anyway, like at least we were open enough and said, listen, hands up, Roy's doing the thing. Like they're still going on about it was wrong to Zach Vieira. Let it go. He's gone. Anyway. Right, where are we at? Oh yeah, so I start this one. Tristan saying how many wins we'll get between now and the end of the season. I think 5. I think 5 out of the 7.
7.
Let me have a look. On our current form, I can't see why we can't win 5, especially considering the teams that we're playing against. However, I do think the second we go over that 40-point barrier, I reckon we're on the beach. Because every team does it.
That's a good point.
I think we're absolutely on the beach unless we're fighting with Chelsea, because Chelsea have to check their mirrors now, you know, because we're not far.
We need to catch Lampard. Oh my god!
And also, they have a minus goal difference as well, so we're not actually that bad on goal difference.
Lovely, jubbly. And so, big up Rob Carey. Hope you're doing well, my guy. It seems like Roy told the players to stay compact and counter where can, but save energy. First half, but second half, I want you to bomb out the teams, high press. Yeah, it's kind of looking like a similar pattern, to be fair. You know, we're going to finish him off Chelsea. That is definitely the aim. As he's playing so free at the moment, he is. Chelsea fans really worried we're going to overtake them. I hope they definitely should be worried. And obviously, Eze was ridiculous with the skills. FIFA Street was definitely a throwback. Eze doesn't run, he glides. Big up Dean Holmes. Roy has always cut his suit to sort his cloth. That's a good point, actually. He works with what he's got, basically. Like, he doesn't do anything extravagant in a sense. Yeah. And so, Sean, we see you there. We'll get you in as soon as possible because we know your Digicel normally cuts out and that. Transferring Eze and Elise into my fantasy team 2 weeks ago has been my best decision all season. I'm not gonna lie, I had one FPL mare yesterday. I'm not gonna mention it. I'm not happy about it. The way Eze turned and scored the second goal was special. Always said that Evs is the man. Big up MTB flat. It's been a while. Eze reminds me of Gaza. There it is gone.
Did you so run out?
I've said it. Gaza at Italian 90 with his turns, tricks, and clever passes. The lad's class. He's unbelievable. He is unbelievable. Sean saying that he should start. Anyone still feeling Saka was a mistake? I don't think
Only Arsenal fans.
Agree with Rich. I would bet Zaha when he returns, as the team are playing so well at the moment. No from Damo as well. Big up Kirst. Hope you're doing well. It's been a while. Spurs are they're a mess at the moment. But hopefully you're getting a bit more.
Play them. Don't say anything.
4-0 incoming.
But guys, actually, let us know how City are doing as well. Actually, because obviously we got Malcolm there. How's he getting on? Welcome, Mike. How nice it is to look forward to football again. Yeah, you know what? The smile on my face lately has just, it's just the mood's changed. It's completely changed. 7 out of 7 for Damo, and if I speak about Spurs, I'll get into trouble. Right. Oh, my bad. There he is. Sean, how you doing? Sean, please tell me you're not where we think you are again.
I'm waiting for a flush. I can't lie.
Sean, you there?
I think he is, I got no idea what Sean's doing.
All right, Sean, drop in the private chat when you're ready, bro. Let's do some player ratings.
All right, so I've got the starting at 11 here. So
whoa.
All right. Let's kick it off with Super Sam Johnston in goal.
That will catch on,
It's good. I really like it.
What's the bit before it?
Oh, you're just going, oh.
Oh, right, fair.
Wait a second, Johnson. Who's taking Johnson? Me?
Yeah.
It's a clean sheet, so
good saves as well.
Good saves. I'll give him an 8. I'll give him an 8. VG, thank you for everything you've done for us this season, because you have saved us at times this season and made some mistakes.
It's Johnston's time now.
Yeah, Just thank you.
Yeah. Sorry about that new contract because you're going to be on the bench for a year.
What I like about Johnson as well is that, like, when he's in goal, I don't feel uneasy about him being in goal. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm confident that he saves most shots that go towards his goal.
I think something that I think we've noticed with VG is that he doesn't make himself very vocal in goal. But even though I wasn't that close to the goal, and you saw how loud the away fans were, I could still hear him screaming at people and commanding his box, commanding his area. And I think he's actually a bit better when coming for crosses and stuff and coming out of his line. So yeah, I'm happy with how he's playing. His performances have been class. I'll take Joel Ward, our captain. Man got spun up by Sulemana and Aribo many times. I'll probably give him a 6. His clean sheet as a right back, genuinely not the end of the world. Didn't do anything outstanding. Solid game, really. Not much else to say. Dan, when you stop dying, I'll give you Gay.
Gay, I'll give Gay a 8. He kept a clean sheet, defended well. What more can you ask?
100%. I don't think I saw a comment earlier saying that they thought he was injured. I don't think he's injured. He walked off the field absolutely fine when he got substituted for Tompkins. Just think it's probably a rest thing. That wouldn't surprise me. Rich, I'll give you Anderson.
All round game was a lot better than it has been recently. It was like, I mean, he's been defending pretty okay recently, but like his passing wasn't as good in the previous 2 games. But he had it as a normal package. It's hard to give him not to give him an 8 as well. To be fair,
I beg to differ with your passing claim. I have to say,
was it still off? Did you think?
No, I thought his passing was class. He was being there was one point where he was being pressured by Ariba and Sulemana, and they were getting really close.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was saying yesterday his passing was a lot better than it has been.
Mad.
Fair enough. Yeah, I was saying that yesterday's passing was better than it has been the last.
Oh yeah. I'll take Mitchell. I thought that he had his best game in a hell of a long time in a Palace shirt. Genuinely, it looked like he was. We're starting to see the Mitchell before the his little England call up again. Actually driving with the ball, using his right foot to pass is like universe shattering to me. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'll give him an 8. I'm very impressed with how he's playing lately. Pocketed Walcott. Walcott was non-existent. I'm not giving him anything higher because he didn't get an assist and he got dragged out of position at some points. But other than that, all round a very good game. Dan, Eze.
Well, I mean, easy one.
That's got to be 10 out of 10. Just for how naughty that second goal was.
Is that 2 10 out of 10s in a row, right? As well.
No, didn't Elisa get 10 last week?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but it's a 9 and a 10 consecutively now.
Yeah, but yeah, 10 out of 10, no less.
Rich, I'll give you Schlapp.
He was actually quiet in this game.
Yeah, it's because he had a lot more defensive duty. That's why.
Yeah, and stuff. But still a decent performance. I'll give him a 6.
I'll have Chet Decore. I'm giving him an 8.
He's been booked.
No yellow cards in 3 games, and he was an absolute tank when coming up against Lavia, because we know Lavia is a beast, but he made Lavia look stupid at some points in that game because the composure in his head to dribble when everyone else thought he was going to pass cut out many passing lanes just by 2 or 3 touches of dribbling. Absolutely brilliant. Definite 8. Dan. Odsonne Edouard.
I thought he was as good as he was against Leeds, but I think he still had a good game, so I'm going to say 7.
Rich, I'll give you. Are you?
I give him a 9. He's only just been picked to man of the match by Eze because he scored, but he was brilliant. He was brilliant all round. He's making the right decisions going forward now. He's playing forward passes a lot quicker as well. You know, he's even got the confidence to dink it over the Southampton backline. Like, where's this IU been? Like, he's been doing a great job on the left hand side. So fair play to him.
And finishing off the starting lineup, Michael Elise had a poor first half. Didn't really get on the ball that much, but in the second half came alive, found space. I'll probably give him a bit of a harsh 7, but I'm not saying that he did anything wrong, but I don't think he did anything completely outstanding as well. In the bench, Mateta played for 5 minutes. Tompkins played for 5 minutes. Luca played for 5 minutes. Lokonga played for 5 minutes. I thought Hughes was good though when he came on. I give him a 7.
Yeah, he did a little cheeky dink as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna hit it again, and he lifted it over everyone, which I thought was brilliant actually.
Yeah, I think Eze just got beaten by Benzuma.
Definitely.
It's a decent cheeky chip.
So in the chat, I have placed the link again. So if you guys want to jump in before we wrap up, then you can. I can't remember. Where was the last one? TFL Wi-Fi, right? That was the last one.
Yeah.
All right. Why starts a heart? It's more likely he's leaving at the end of the season.
Ooh.
I'm guessing that's a question to me, isn't it? Because I'm the only one that said I'd start him again.
Good point.
You know what? I think the longer it drags and the more that there are no solid rumours whatsoever, I think he'll sign again, you know? If that 200
would you take about 200k?
I wouldn't. I think that is a financial burden, but I think if the offer's on the table, there's no reason for him not to sign it, really, isn't there? Because I'm saying it like that. If there is a £200,000 a week offer on the table from Crystal Palace, there's no reason why he wouldn't sign it, really.
Yeah.
And also, I think it depends. I think that how the board have acted, I think that we may have misjudged them slightly. I think the fact that they got rid of Vieira, got in Hodgson so fast, I've got a sneaky feeling that the second we are safe / mathematically safe, they'll get our manager straight in. I reckon they've already. I've got a feeling they already know who they're getting.
Hey,
and
that
unfortunately, I don't think it's Fonseca. I think it's someone else. But I would start Zaha purely because I think that if he is leaving, I'd say it's just got to be fan service. Surely, just legend of the club, probably our greatest player ever. You probably don't want his last game to be. You don't want him to finish the season out on the bench, do you? You want to give him a good send off, and he'll be back for the Spurs game or just before the Spurs game. I'd want to give him a good run of games, and he'll probably get a few goals for us, and have his great send off as I think he deserves.
Yeah, and to be honest, when I said that, I didn't. I only said no to Zaha starting initially. I'm saying that with the full expectancy that he'll then work his way back into the side for like the last run of games anyway. I think there's no way you can't give Zaha. Let's assume that he does leave. I don't think there's any way that you can't give him that send off because of what he's done for us.
Definitely. Let's see what the future holds without him. There's some links to players, which is very interesting. I'll be covering them when the window opens. The meme of Rich sitting on his own at the Palace ground looking down must be a thing of the past now. he must have seen this comment and added the images because I saw them pop up as as we were talking. I was a bit confused why. What's the meme? The duality of men, right? Johnson's distribution is great. His pings are spot on. With VG, you think, oh, that's going out of play, but he's right to feet every time. Defense must be happy. Yeah, very confident passing back. You can tell, and I think that is giving our centre backs a lot more confidence to step up a bit more as well.
That's a great point.
We see we need to spend the money. I think if Zaha goes, we have to replace him with someone of great caliber, of someone about £25 million or something along the lines of that kind of money, because we have to replace him with, I guess, someone that's as good or hopefully even better.
Does Mitoma have a younger brother or something? Like, we need to clone Mitoma. Like,
no. Put it this way: if you look at the teams currently in the bottom three, you'd have Harvey Barnes, you'd have Brennan Johnson, and you'd have Sulemana.
Yeah.
So you've already got three there.
I think Brennan Johnson will be a very good summer for us.
After watching him, he reminded me a hell of a lot of Zaha back in the day, Sulemana. A hell of a lot. So I might sway towards him a little bit now.
Okay,
just because I think he's cold. Did anyone feel awkward saying he's just too good for you without Wilf on the pitch? It was a bit strange because I was thinking, who are we talking about? But obviously it's Eze, isn't it? It's a bit of a weird one, but I think that he's just too good for you. I think that if Zaha does go, it's just the natural progression of the chant, isn't it? It'll go to Eze. I don't know if you guys feel the same.
Well, against Leeds, people were singing that about Eze. I mean, Elise, sorry. So the crown's out there to be taken.
Fair enough to see who grabs it. Big Sam to become number one surely has to happen. I'm not sure. I think that Big Sam would do great for us, but I think that we could maybe look for someone else to maybe slightly higher caliber, someone that won't make up an excuse to get out of the job like he did last time.
No, I think he means Sam Johnson.
Oh. Well, Big Sam is Sam Allardyce.
Yeah, I had to read it a couple of times, and that's all number one thought. No, it means goalkeeper.
Oh, yeah, Johnson number one. We've already said that in the stream. VG, thank you, but that year extension is going to be a year of sitting down, unfortunately. Commands his position very well. I feel like Mitchell's still not good enough for next week. This season has been shocking. Yeah, he's had a pretty crap season. I think even to the end of last season, he wasn't the best. I don't think he's not good. I wouldn't say he's not good enough for the Premier League, but I think that everyone needs competition in their position. And I've been saying this for ages. I think if he's got a left back that's pushing him, he'll improve. He'll have to improve, or the other left back will take his position. Because let's be real, he's the only left back in the club. So no matter how shocking he is, he's got his name on that team sheet before the team's even picked. Thoughts on it? We've covered this already. We think it's a good idea now. Ayew seems faster as well. He does. I don't know if he seems faster, but I think he's a lot more comfortable dribbling at people now.
I don't think he could be slower, to be fair.
True. Source says Zaha is staying. Seen a source say that Elise's apparently turned down Arsenal, but I highly doubt that.
We need to somehow keep him and Eze. We need to try and keep for one more.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, I've seen from the same source. I've seen he wants to go to Arsenal, and then he turned down Arsenal, and you're thinking, well, what's he doing then? But in my opinion, I think what he should do, not what he is going to do, what he should do is have another year with us, and then be the Mahrez replacement at Man City.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say, if he wanted to win trophies, he probably wouldn't join Arsenal, would he?
No, well, after they played today, the Arsenal fan base has gone into meltdown, and they're all. Have you seen some Arsenal fans are saying, "Sack Arteta, we're going to lose the league now." But
Shameless.
that's just Arsenal fans, isn't it?
Yeah.
Manager for next season, we're a little concerned. Need to continue this great move into the next campaign. Yeah, I think like people like Hutter, Fonseca, they're the kind of people we need to go for.
Yeah.
The Feyenoord manager as well.
Yeah.
He won the league this year, didn't he?
As they won it now. Yeah, they were top for
It must be
ages.
confirmed. Yeah. Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind him either. He's a good coach. We'll get some good Dutch players coming in.
Yeah.
Also with Steve Cooper, we was talking about it on the train. We wouldn't mind Steve Cooper because he's got links into that England under-21 team, doesn't he? So we can get some really good players out of that.
I think he's a good coach, Steve Cooper. I think he's
he
a
is.
victim of his own success.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure with Cooper we could probably snap up Johnson.
I don't know.
Another name to throw out there. I wouldn't mind Postecoglou or Knutson of Bodo Glimt either.
Definitely. Yeah, giving Eze a 2 out of 10 because he was so bad. How times have changed. The Celtic Donny and Jack Clark would be good Zaha replacements. Eze is the heir to Zaha's throne. We'll see who takes it, him or Elise. Sources close inside the club, not reports or news. Tristan, how good was that away crowd yesterday?
Top on. First things first, can you not hear me well on here?
Yes, mate. You need to
good.
change your calendar to April.
I'll do that afterwards. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm buzzing. 3 wins in a row. I think that's the first time we got 3 wins in a row since Roy was the manager before COVID started.
March 2020, I think this.
Yeah. I mean, what an achievement he's done. He just turned us around completely. He was scoring goals, playing some of the best football I've seen since probably last year when Vieira took charge at first. And now we're just like, we're creating more chances. We're being ruthless in front of goal. And yesterday showed I was really confident. I said we win 2-0 and I got that spot on that as well. If you want my thoughts on the game, I thought in the first half we were rubbish. I'm going to be honest. Apart from that offside goal from Elise, we didn't even have a shot on target and do anything. And I was like, second half, Roy and Ray just needs to lay into the players at half time and they need to come out all guns blazing like we did against Leeds. And we did that and got 2 decent goals from Abire Eze and that as well. He's on fire. He's our top scorer with 7 goals now. So I'm absolutely buzzing. And yeah, Southampton never looked like they were going to really score, to be fair. They had some chances, but we were really comfortable and it was really important. We got that second goal particularly as well, because if it was still 1-0 and we're hanging on late, it could be like a Brentford or a Brighton repeat again, you know what I mean? But we got that second goal, we killed the game off. I'm proud of the lads as well. I mean, we came out firing on all cylinders and it felt... It sort of felt like we were at home. The fans got behind the team. All you could hear in St Mary's, JC, and for you lot watching the game, was just Palace with the drum, the fanatics, everything. It was just a phenomenal day. It was just all us. Southampton didn't even have didn't even chant. The fans didn't even chant. The players just weren't there for Southampton. We made life hard for them. We really just did our homework on Southampton, especially for the second half. And yeah, I was really pleased, honestly. So up the Palace, man. Big up, honestly. Really good.
100%. 100%. I mean, I saw a clip from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium of Bournemouth fans singing when the Saints go march into the Championship. Like, it was mad.
Yeah, that's funny, that's good.
But you know what's crazy? Is it not Southampton versus Bournemouth next week?
I think it is, yeah.
I can check that for you guys right now.
I'm not saying that Bournemouth will relegate Southampton. I think the points difference ain't that big yet. But Bournemouth beating them, I think almost says, I mean, we think hypothetically that they're gone anyway.
Oh, they're down.
So Bournemouth are playing West Ham on Sunday. However, the midweek Thursday game is Southampton-Bournemouth.
Ooh.
That's a big game. You know,
Yeah.
West Ham have picked up a crucial point today as well.
Yeah,
The
I
thing
mean, they
is,
deserved
West
it.
Ham
They
will pull a
deserved it.
performance like that out. Just they got the players to do it.
They got the squad of
Yeah.
anything,
Mm.
you know,
That's a good point.
the depth.
The thing is, I think Elise's probably got the end product in him because his free kicks are always marginal. He hit the post, and I think if he's got more license to roam in a team like Man City, I'm sure that he'll probably come close to Mahrez when it comes to goals and assists. And his crosses are crazy. Imagine him crossing to Haaland. That's naughty.
Yeah,
That is
true.
naughty.
Right, actually, on this, please don't tell me, was this the whole the Twitter madness? Like, did it actually happen, or is this
No,
something separate?
so
Oh, yeah, go on.
So what happened? So from what I heard is actually something that I'm actually very happy to see how the Fanatics reacted. So someone around the Fanatics said something racial about a Southampton player, and it all kicked off. And I'm very happy with how the Fanatics responded, because they outed him straight away, shouting at him, pushing him. He had to get police to take him away. So actually, I'm very happy to see how they reacted.
Big up to them, big up.
I don't actually know what was said exactly. I don't know who he said it to, but I'm happy with the reaction.
Oh, that's good to hear.
That's been a sort of some of the previous fighting at some other games as well. Like, apparently another group of Palace fans have made racial comments about a couple of the members of the HF, and then that's why there's been fights in the past as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had one guy in the comments in my vlog. He basically, because when I was at the game, I was sort of down the front. I looked back and I could see some scuffling. I just assumed there was just, I don't know, maybe a Southampton fan or someone just started something. And then I was just like, I said at the end of my vlog, I was just like being stupid or whatever, and just no need for it. Then someone in the comments confirmed saying something. It's basically what you said, JC, the whole racist situation with them chanting to the Southampton player. So my apologies to the Fanatics for what I said and that, but big up to them. Big up for them for just pointing the guy out and getting him removed out of the stadium, man. Big up to them. You know,
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
fair play.
100%.
Arsenal Southampton on Friday. Could that be the death of them? What do you think, Dan?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think they're already down, and the comments that I saw on Twitter seem to suggest that they think they've been down for a while anyway. I think when they played, I don't know what game, but I want their fans think they've been down for a while, and I think they've been down. Obviously, mathematically, they're not going to go down for a while, but I think they're gone. I think they were gone long ago.
Yeah.
I watched the Southampton pod. Definitely something happening in the background. Well, yeah, you can see how they reacted, and they definitely singled out the guy, which was very good. I think this is a good comment to end on, actually.
Just quickly, Colin, what was the Southampton pod? I'd be interested to see that, actually.
I'm sure you know the one where we got Jack on. I watched.
Oh, actually, vlogs.
Yeah, I watched his vlog, and it's basically like those two are in the corner, and the rest of the screen is just the away fans.
Yeah.
Right.
Match vlogs.
Match vlogs. Okay, cool.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is a good comment to end on. How many points do you reckon we will finish on? Rich, I'm throwing you straight under the bus, mate.
Thanks. Our school starts tomorrow. Now you've got me doing maths. So we're on 39, right?
Yes. We are on
And
36 points
36,
with minus
36,
9
sorry.
goal difference.
So 36. This say I think we will 5 games. The 2 games I'm not sure about yet are the Fulham and Spurs one. And those are the 2 that I've always not been sure about. But I do think we can get a draw in both, which means that's 17 points, which will take us to 36 plus 4 is 40. 54.
So our highest points finish ever. Then
Yeah.
Tristan.
I'll be honest. I reckon we'll get to around 48 points. I reckon we'll get 4 wins and draw maybe 1 or 2 games. Maybe like 48, 49. Depends really on how the results will really go. To be fair, we just got to keep it up and be consistent. That's what I really want to see. And we've got this winning run going. I just want to keep it going. I want us to push on. If we get to that 40 points, I don't know, say like if we beat Everton, we'll be on 39. We draw against Wolves, we'll be on 40. I don't want us to go and just sort of switch off and be on the beach. I want to push on, try and get top 10, try and finish like 10th, 9th, 8th. We're not going to get Europe. I mean, some Palace fans was like to me, we could get Europe. And I'm like to him, no, that ain't happening this season. Maybe next year, in 2 years' time or whatever. But I generally think we could get to 48, 49 points. We just got to push on and just keep this decent flow going. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Definitely. Dan?
I think that we will win 4 games and draw the other 3. So what's that? 15. So 51 points, I think.
So you're also going for a highest point ever.
Yeah. Why not?
Fair enough. I think that we'll equal it again with 49 points. There or thereabouts. I think that it really depends on Chelsea and Fulham, because I think if they pull away from us, I think when we get over 40 points, I think we'll be on the beach. However, if they stay around where they are and we're fighting amongst them for the places there, because let's say we get to 40 points right now, 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th. So what, those 4 positions are all within 4 points of each other.
Yeah.
So so they're sort of really tight from us down and really tight from us up. So if we can get in there, I think if we're still amongst it, I think we'll play really well and we'll get some more wins. But other than that, I think 49 points.
Yeah. And I mean, I've just had a quick look at Chelsea's fixtures for the last, and they've got some really hard fixtures. They've got United away, Brentford at home, Arsenal away, Bournemouth away, Forest at home, City away, and Newcastle at home. So they've got some really hard games.
Just before we wrap up again, even though we just said we wrap up now, Hazza, give us your quick thoughts on the game and give us your quick thoughts on the fans.
Great performance in the second half. It didn't need to be a good performance from the start because, Southampton are bottom, they're struggling right now. I think it's starting to look like they're going down, so it didn't need to be the greatest performance. We had 2 shots on target and we took them, so most important thing.
100%. Yes, guys, that was the Southampton match reaction. Thank you very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe as always. Also, Tristan, please shout yourself out and promote your vlog.
The boy Tristan here back again. The rest of my people, we have got a few videos on the way, and that also out now is my Crystal Palace. Well, my Southampton versus Crystal Palace match day away vlog where we won 2-0, of course, and make sure to check that out. It's really hitting up the scenes with some views in that as well. Subscribe to my channel, Road to 3K, my people, and up the Palace, man. Can't wait for the next few games.
Definitely. Rich, Dan, anything else to end on?
Up the Palace.
Up the boys.
Eagles.
Eagles.